2010 Buick Lucerne 3.0 tune-up. You have to take the intake off to get to the backside, just like with the 3.6s. Your positive bank is up in the front, or your even bank. So 246 is here, 135 is on the back. You disconnect your wiring harness from your air box. You have two plugs: intake air temp sensor, mass airflow sensor. These are 7mm or flathead screwdriver. You have to disconnect your throttle body from here, the map sensor from there, 10mm bolt here that connects to your crossover pipe for your degas bottle. These are 13mm that hold the intake down. Sorry, I pointed at that one. There's not one there. So 3 here, 3 here. The intake's already loose right now, so I started without you all. How dare you? That one's a little tricky to get off because the tube goes back over to the side there, but it's manageable. A couple of these things may require me to have two hands, so I may not be holding on to the phone for long. This intake port here, I'm probably going to remove it from there. It seems like the best option because there's no straight down option to be able to pull that hose clamp off. This option right here, I can pull the tabs, and then that line right there will come loose. And then I have a bracket here that it holds on in, which is barely holding on, and that's now loose. So I'm going to pull it from there, disconnect it from that tube, disconnect the wiring harness from here and its Christmas tree that's back behind it, you can see there. These are 5/8 bolts, or 5/8 heads for the sparky plugs. AC Delco spark plug is going to be your best option because that would be what came in it. The specific part number is 41-109. The ignition coils, you can either use AC Delco and spend 10 times the amount of money, or use Durasmash. That's going to be what we do, is use Durasmash, since I use AutoZone for just about everything parts wise, unless it's ABS sensors. Then I use factory, because AutoZone's ABS sensors are not very good. Alright, I'm going to set this down, remove that, go ahead and get that wiring harness off, and unplug this vacuum line here. Alright, so on this side here where that vacuum line was, you can take a flathead screwdriver or a pick, pop that tab out, just slide that line completely off. And you want to take your fuel line out of there as well. Disconnect this from its post, which is there, and you should be ready to come out. I think there may be another wiring harness over on that side under the throttle body. It goes to the evap purge solenoid. This looks a little strange back there. I don't know if that's broken or if it's just very shiny. So I'll go over there now and look and see what's going on there, and I should be ready to take this intake out. You can see it's already loose. This bracket right here stays on the intake, so that's the reason why you have to remove your fuel line and remove your wiring harness here for the map sensor. Okay, so this backside here does have an evap purge solenoid on it, like the 3.6s do. So you'll disconnect that wiring harness, and it's not connected to anything else except for the main wiring harness. Now, to finger out, literally finger out because I can't feel it, or can't see it, there's the connection, there's my hand. Push up on the tab from the bottom side, and I should be able to slide this off of there if my fingers were able to turn 180 degrees, that would be great, but I got it. Alright, so I'm going to use both hands now and remove this intake off. Alright, the intake's off. It took a little bit of fishing, but I got it out of there. The hardest part really was getting this vacuum line out. I had to worm it around the backside of all of that, but it came out. Alright, so these are 10 millimeter. You disconnect the wiring harness first, undo your 10 millimeter bolts, pull the ignition coils, pull the spark plugs, and then reassemble, reverse of taking it off. That's all I'm going to do in this video. If you need any assistance with anything, feel free to message and I'll help out as best as I can. Thanks for watching.